How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another preview. This time we're taking on Manchester City at Emirates Stadium. It's going to be a huge game. Sunday, 4:30 kickoff. Will we have Saka back? Will we have Odegaard back? Is Ben White back on the bench? Is Saliba on the bench, or is he going to start? We'll get through all that in a moment. But look, it's a massive game. Nothing but 3 points expected. That's the demands, that's the expectations, that's the level you've got to play at if you want to stay around the top of the table. By the time we play this, we could be 6 points behind top spot. We could also be 3 points and 2 points behind other teams, not just Liverpool. So it's a massive game. It's a must-win game already, match week 5. Once we've played this and played Newcastle, the pressure will start to ease off a bit, because that start of the season, those 5-6 games that they've given us, I don't think it could get harder than that. So look, we'll get into the preview. We'll talk about the head-to-head, the recent meetings. We'll talk about what the lineup's going to be like, what we predict it's going to be. And then obviously we'll have a scoreline prediction towards the end of the preview. So look, this is a massive game for us and Man City. Man City are trying to come back into the title race. They are I'd say, the underdogs this season. Not a lot of people or other clubs are expecting Man City to be there towards the end. They're expecting them to get in the top 4, but not be in the title charge. But that could go in their favour. If they get a win at Arsenal tomorrow, Arsenal will be 6 points more than likely behind Liverpool. And it's all to catch up for again, all to play for again. And we don't want to be catching up again. It's not even Christmas time yet, Boxing Day, New Year. We don't want to be 6 points behind top spot already. We can't make any excuses. We've got to go out tomorrow and just go out and try and get the win that we expect to get. Nothing more, not a draw, nothing like that. I mean, we'll go through the previous meetings in a moment. But first of all, Man City. Now, obviously, they played on Thursday night against Napoli. Obviously, they had a bit of a fortunate game because around the half-an-hour mark, Napoli had a man sent off. So they played with a handbrake on and just eased it around. Not had to dig deep, not running into the game, catching up around the 80th, 90th minute. Able to make substitutions to the likes of Rodri and a few others. And it was an easy game for them in the end. So it was gifted to them with that red card. Before that, they beat Man City 3-0. Erling Haaland is on good form. He scored 2 in the derby and then 1 in the Champions League. So look, he's bang on form, ready for this Arsenal game. And if anyone in the Premier League would want to score against Arsenal more, it's Erling Haaland, especially with that bitter rivalry he's got with Gabriel Magalhaes. So look, it's going to be a huge game and it's going to be an exciting game. It's at Emirates Stadium. And look, we need to get the 3 points no matter what. Now, Man City's team, right? Donnarumma in there. I don't think he's conceded a goal yet. He's only played 2 games. They've played. This is the team sort of they played against Napoli. Kusanov, Gvardiol, Diaz, and then Nico O'Reilly. That defence should not be able to shut Arsenal out. Not for 1, 2, 3. We should be going there with the ambition to put them to the sword like we did last season. Not 1 goal, not by a fine margin. We need to eradicate them from the title charge. We need to erase them from the map on Sunday. That's what we need to do to Man City. Not a 1-0 win, not an easy set piece. We need to absolutely brutalise them. We need to vandalise that place tomorrow, right? We need to leave chalk marks all over the field tomorrow. We need to go with that sort of mentality. We heard what Rodri said about Arsenal. He's ready to win the game. The mentality is to go to Arsenal and win, and this and that. That should only add fuel to the fire, right? They had Rodri in midfield, Haaland up front. Doku obviously is going to be contagious. You just can't stop this kid anymore. But it's his last bit, his final bit. Can he get that done? He did in the Champions League. And he played well against Man United. So he's bang on form as well. Then they've got the likes of Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden. So they've still got a bit of ammunition left in there. There's a bit of unpredictability in Man City's team at the minute. There's a lot of players there that can just pull the trigger any time. So the team is still good, but Arsenal should be able to see that game out quite easily. Now the head-to-head then. this is where it gets interesting. We, until a few seasons ago, couldn't score against Man City at all, not even a single goal. Now we're unbeaten in the last 5 games against them. The last time they beat us was in April 2023 when, we was going for the title and they just put us aside, swept us aside towards the end because we didn't have that sort of mentality then. We rolled it up until the end and then we just fucked it up, especially with the injury to Saliba. But anyway, let's focus on the most recent ones. We smashed them last season 5-1. Could have been 6-1, 7-1. There was no red cards, nothing like that. Let's remember, every time City smash us, they always get a bit of, I wouldn't call it luck, but they get the benefit of the referee. Always their mates, Michael Oliver and stuff like that, always sending us off, giving us disallowed goals, always giving the advantage to Man City. I'm not sure who the referee is for Sunday, I've not checked that yet. But look, we smashed them 5-1. We drew 2-2 at Etihad last season when there was a last-second goal, like 96th minute or something. Martinelli's, was it Martinelli or Trossard got sent off for kicking the ball away when it was not even a second over the whistle. He'd already gone to kick it. And we rolled it up until the end. We almost got that win. Before that, we won another in the Community Shield. We beat them 1-0 at Emirates as well with that Martinelli deflection goal around the 86th minute, I think it was. I remember it well. So we've beat them last 2 times at the Emirates Stadium, and we're going to hopefully make it 3. No, in fact, we will make it 3 wins on Sunday. I'm confident as ever I've been, but sometimes when you're that confident, complacency creeps in, and it's a false sense of security. But hopefully, this is the time where, we're allowed to be confident. We're allowed to be, I wouldn't call it arrogance, confidence, let's call it. We're allowed to be confident, and we're allowed to be this loud and supportive of our football club because of what we've seen in the past. And we're able to put Man City to the sword no matter what. So that's the team, and our team will go through it now. Now, the lineup for me, obviously, there's still a few injuries. We're not sure if Odegaard's back and if Saliba's ready to start. But this is my lineup anyway. David Raya in there, no questions asked. On the right, Timber starts. Ben White hopefully will be back. But what is going on with Ben White, guys? What is going on with him? We need him for this run-in now because we've got the Carabao Cup next week. We'll have the Champions League again. We need him because Timber cannot be expected to play every single game. But he has to play against City. On the left, I'm going to put Calafiori again. Lewis Skelly, I think this game could be a bit too much for him, especially with the memories of last season, and it's always hard to replicate that season on season, especially for a young teenager. So let's leave him on the bench. We'll put Calafiori on. He's been immense, and Lewis Skelly will be needed. He will be needed. On the left-sided centre-back is Gabriel Magalhaes, no questions. And on the right-sided, it's either Saliba or Mosquera. They're both fit now. Saliba was on the bench, but he didn't get any game time against, who did we play? Athletic Club. I think if he did play, then he's almost a guaranteed starter for Sunday. But having seen how well Mosquera's fitted in, his communication, his speed, his intelligence, his movement, his reading off the game, I think it's fair to give Mosquera this game as well. He played the one against Liverpool at Anfield. I think he deserves this. And Saliba, I think, should play in the Carabao Cup next week. Give him about 45, 50 minutes and ease him back in. So Mosquera plays for me. I'm not worried at all. In the midfield, I think it speaks for itself in terms of Zubimendi and Rice. And then is Odegaard fit enough to play, or do we put Eze in the middle? We put Eze in the middle. We test it. We know Eze on the left has got the assist, 1 assist for Gyökeres against Forest, but his best football happens in the centre of the pitch. There's no point easing Odegaard or rushing him back into the pitch. Let's put Eze there and unleash the number 10 that we have. On the left, Martinelli has to play. I think he's got that hunger in his belly now. He's got that fire and that mentality where, look, I've got the goal and the assist in an important game. He always does get a lot of important goals, believe it or not. Against City, Liverpool and United, stuff like that, he's always getting assists and goals, and I don't think the occasion ever phases him, and that's why Martinelli is important as a squad player. So Martinelli plays for me, he has to. I know he's been given a lot of stick in that, and rightly so, but I think he's willing to, and he's able to turn it around, which can only benefit Arsenal. On the right, Madueke plays. I don't think if Saka's fit enough, he plays. Put him on the bench maybe, or ease him into the Carabao Cup next week. But Madueke plays for me. He should be able to turn Nico O'Reilly inside out. And then up front, it's Gyökeres, no questions asked. Now, the prediction for me, Man City are one of them where they're going to come to play. They want to come to win. So it's not every time we play at Emirates Stadium where the other team is coming at us. And maybe it will be a high line. Maybe they will try and get us, control the game. Maybe they will try and go on the counter here or there. But Pep has got one style, and that's always to attack. And that's going to open the doors for us. That's going to leave their defenders isolated, especially on the break. The likes of Madueke isolate Nico O'Reilly, or on the left, Martinelli v Kusanov, who for me, I don't rate him. If we can isolate those defenders and feed Gyökeres, we should be able to easily win that game 2-3. So I'm going to go for a 3-0 win. I'm confident. I've said this is my prediction. I've said it to whoever. And people are like saying, what, really, 3-0? I'm like, yeah, 3-0. You heard me right. We're speaking the same language, aren't we? 3-0. So look, I'm going for 3-0. And if there's anything less, I'll be very disappointed. It's our time. Remember when City kept winning the league and that? They used to put every team aside, 3-0, 4-0, and that's what you expected every game. This is what we should be expecting at Arsenal. With the money we've spent, the team we've built, the manager we have, the stadium we have, with the capacity, we should be putting Man City aside for 3 goals at least tomorrow. Anything less will be a disappointment, especially if we don't get the clean sheet. So for me, it's 3-0. Let me know what you think.